Fear of rejection rarely announces itself loudly. It doesn't show up as panic or tears at first. It shows up quietly, woven into everyday decisions. In the way someone hesitates before speaking, in the way they soften their opinions, in the way they laugh along even when something feels wrong. Most people don't realize they are afraid of rejection. They just believe they are being easygoing, kind, or understanding. It often begins early. A child learns quickly what brings approval and what brings distance. A raised eyebrow, a sigh, a change in tone. Love becomes conditional without anyone ever saying it out loud. So the child adapts. They become agreeable, helpful, quiet, successful, or funny. Whatever keeps the connection intact. And slowly, the lesson settles in. Being accepted feels safer than being authentic. As life goes on, this fear evolves. It no longer feels like fear. It feels like responsibility. You don't say no because you don't want to disappoint. You don't express anger because you don't want conflict. You don't leave situations that drain you because you don't want to hurt anyone. On the surface, it looks mature. Underneath, it's self-abandonment disguised as kindness. This is how living for others begins. Not dramatically, not suddenly, but subtly, one compromise at a time. People who fear rejection often become experts at reading rooms. They sense moods before words are spoken. They adjust themselves instinctively. They know when to speak and when to stay silent. They know how to become what's needed. And for a long time, this works. They are liked, appreciated, relied upon, sometimes even admired. But something feels off, because being needed is not the same as being known. Living for others creates a strange kind of exhaustion, not physical, emotional. You give, but the giving never fills you. You help, but you don't feel seen. You're surrounded by people, yet feel oddly alone. And the most confusing part is that from the outside, your life may look perfectly fine. This is the hidden cost of fear-based connection. When rejection feels dangerous, authenticity feels risky. So people choose safety. They choose approval. They choose belonging, even if it means shrinking parts of themselves. Over time, this creates an inner split. There is the version of you that exists for others, and the version of you that exists only in quiet moments, late at night, when no one is watching. That inner version grows restless. Questions begin to surface. Why do I feel empty even when everyone is happy with me? Why do I feel guilty for wanting more? Why does saying yes feel heavier every time? Many people ignore these questions for years. They keep going. They stay busy. They stay useful. Because stopping would mean facing something uncomfortable. The possibility that they don't actually know who they are outside of others' expectations. Fear of rejection isn't really about people leaving. It's about identity. If others don't approve of me, who am I? If I disappoint them, do I still matter? If I stop performing, will I still be loved? So people live carefully. They choose careers that make sense to others. They stay in relationships that feel familiar rather than nourishing. They measure their worth by usefulness, productivity, or sacrifice. And slowly, life becomes something they manage rather than experience. Living for others disconnects you from your own inner guidance. Decisions stop coming from clarity and start coming from fear. You don't ask, what feels true? You ask, what will keep everyone comfortable? And the longer this continues, the harder it becomes to hear your own voice at all. This is where many people feel stuck. They sense that something is missing, but they can't name it. They feel unfulfilled, but ungrateful for feeling that way. They tell themselves they should be happy. After all, people need them. People appreciate them. People rely on them. But appreciation without authenticity becomes a cage. The turning point often arrives quietly, a moment of resentment, a wave of exhaustion, a sudden realization that you are living a life that looks right, but feels wrong. And for the first time, the fear shifts. Instead of fearing rejection, you begin to fear disappearing inside a life that isn't truly yours. This is a painful realization, but also a powerful one, because it exposes the truth. Living for others does not protect you from rejection. It only postpones it. Eventually, you reject yourself. Spiritual teachings often point to this exact moment as an awakening. Not a dramatic awakening, but a subtle one. The moment you notice that your suffering isn't caused by others, but by your resistance to being fully yourself. Eckhart Tolle speaks about the false self, the identity built from roles, approval, and external validation. Living for others strengthens that false self, but weakens your connection to presence. You are always becoming something instead of being. And being is where peace lives. When someone begins to step out of living for others, fear usually spikes, guilt appears, anxiety surfaces, old patterns try to pull them back. This is normal. You are undoing years of conditioning. Your nervous system learned that approval equals safety. Of course, it resists change, but slowly something shifts. You start saying no, and the world doesn't collapse. You express a truth, and you survive. Someone is disappointed, and you remain whole. Each moment like this rebuilds trust with yourself. Living for yourself doesn't mean becoming selfish or cold. It means acting from honesty rather than fear. It means giving from fullness rather than obligation. It means allowing others to have reactions without making those reactions your responsibility. Ironically, this is when connections become real, because when you stop performing, you allow space for genuine intimacy. Some people will leave. That's true. But those who stay will meet the real you, not the version designed to be accepted. And the rejection you feared loses its power, because you no longer abandon yourself to avoid it. In the end, fear of rejection and living for others are not personal failures. They are learned survival strategies. They once kept you safe. But safety is not the same as aliveness. And there comes a moment when staying safe costs more than being free. That moment is not loud. It doesn't announce itself. It simply asks you a quiet question. How much of your life are you willing to give away just to avoid being alone? And in the end, it all comes down to one simple question. What's behind it all?